So, what does the Shiksha Guru do? He gives spiritual instructions from the relevant scriptures, Sambandha Gyan, all about Krishna and Bhakti, Sambandha, Avidya, Prayojan, etc. So, in a general sense, also all devotees who are generating auspiciousness by distributing the holy name may be regarded as Shiksha Gurus. All people who are preachers, in one sense, are Shiksha Gurus as well. But usually, one chooses a particular person or particular persons to give specific teachings, so they are given special regard, like the Diksha Guru. So, both are regarded equally, and they get equal respect and worship, the Shiksha Guru and the Diksha Guru. So in the Krishna Bhajanamrita, there it says that if you're going to take a Shiksha Guru, then you should ask permission from the Diksha Guru. And the reason for that is that the Shiksha Guru should be within the proper sampradaya, shouldn't be from some other group, because you may get some conflicting teachings. So the Diksha Guru should approve that he's in the proper line with the proper teachings, etc. So we don't have contrary teachings coming up. So to summarize, Diksha Guru is one, gives the mantra, that is the secret mantra, and gives knowledge. The Shiksha Guru can be many, and gives Hare Krishna mantra and Nam, etc., and also gives knowledge. So quite similar, only thing is Diksha Guru gives the secret mantra. Now, we have acharyas, very, very prominent members of the sampradaya who give teachings and write books and granthas, scriptures, etc. And of course we have, the Goswamis and Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur and Vallabha Vijayabhusan, Narottam Das Thakur, etc. And they're given greater respect than the others even. So we have a commitment to follow the sampradaya and the teachers there and the founders and give them special respect. So we have a subgroup within the Gaudiya Sampradaya where Prabhupada has started ISKCON, and so he's the founder of this particular group within the Gaudiya Sampradaya, and therefore we give prominence to his personality and his instructions. He's founder Acharya of ISKCON. So, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru should be equally respected. This is mentioned in the Krishna Bhajanamrita. Regarded as dear servants of Krishna, they should be served with great devotion. In the Archana process, one should go through Guru. Within the Archana process, one should worship Guru, and then with his permission, one worships Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. So we go through the Guru to worship the Lord. What is respect? One is, of course, these are technical things. Respect the asan. You don't step on his asan and bed, or his shoes, or his vehicle, or his water, or his shadow. Follow his instructions, which is even more important. Offer pranamas on the ground, which means full surrender. As we see in the Bhagavad Gita, it says pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So pranipata is falling flat on the ground, which is a sign of surrender, obedience, etc. Respect his name. So generally we give some reverential title to him. Try to please him in all ways, and to, of course, absorb oneself in chanting the holy name. So as I mentioned, the acharyas are given respect. So in ISKCON, we give special respect to a preeminent position to Srila Prabhupada. ISKCON members shall be trained to place their faith, trust, and allegiance first and foremost in the founder Acharya, who is the preeminent Shiksha Guru for every member of ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada is to be worshipped through his word, his mortal, his picture, and his devotees. These are verbatim from the ISKCON laws, actually. Okay. Disciples of ISKCON gurus other than Srila Prabhupada may worship their gurus according to the guidelines of ISKCON laws and in keeping with the spirit of the standards for guru worship in ISKCON. So what this means ultimately is that you worship the Prabhupada and you also worship your individual guru, Diksha Guru, but the prominence always has to be given to Srila Prabhupada. So the Guru Pujas or the daily worship of Guru can never eclipse the worship of Srila Prabhupada. So in the future, of course, we have to think of what will happen. We have Prabhupada, and then within ISKCON now we have many gurus. Maybe there's 30 or 40 or 50, I don't know how many. And then in the future, there's more gurus and more gurus and more gurus. So we have so many gurus there. So we always have to put Prabhupada in the highest position. So that's why we have some rules like this, that the worship has to be lesser than Prabhupada's, etc. So, how is it possible for the guru to have faults? Of course, we're taught that the guru is Sakshat Haritva. He is equivalent to the Supreme Lord. And we'll find many places in the Bhagavatam and other Puranas the guru is equated with the Supreme Lord himself. And if one sees the guru as a human being, then one is an offender. Okay? So the guru is placed up, not just the Diksha Guru, but the Shiksha Guru also, are put up in a very high position. This is of course suitable if that guru is at the level of prema, where there's a full manifestation of Krishna within that particular person. And as I mentioned that previously, I think this morning, the verse in Bhagavatam was talking about the seeing Krishna everywhere. So that is actually what the Prem Bhakta sees. He sees Krishna everywhere. Krishna is within him, and he sees Krishna everywhere. So that person, actually, there is no fault. Of course, even then, it may look like fault because he doesn't act like a normal person anymore. This material world doesn't follow the rules and regulations of the world. So if you're looking for a regular guru who follows everything regularly, you may find fault with him also. But technically, no. He is intimately related with Krishna, and there's no fault in him. At the same time, this guru is very rare, and generally he's not a guru because it's Madhyamadikaris who become gurus, not Uttamadikaris. This is mentioned in the Madhurya Kadambini. The Prem Bhakta sees no difference between demon and devotee and anyone. So he has no concept of preaching to any particular person. To deliver anybody. Everybody's already related to Krishna, even the demons. So he has no impetus to preach. So therefore, he doesn't function as a guru in most cases. Now we do have examples like Narada Muni because he's a Shaktivesh avatar of the Lord, so he preaches. But in general, when one reaches a level of prema, one forgets about the material world completely and sees everything in terms of Krishna. So therefore, he doesn't start preaching. So then, this is one reason why it's the Uttamadikari, though, the Prem Bhakta, though he is the ideal guru, one, very rare. Second, he probably wouldn't take up the function of being a guru because he's too absorbed in prema. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that it's the Madhyamadikari who is the real preacher. He is the one that sees the distinction between devotee and non-devotee, an innocent person, etc. He is the one that is empowered by the Lord to give out bhakti shakti. So that person who's the Madhyamadikari is not on the same level of prema. So he may have faults. Will have faults. We have Anartana Vritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, and Bhava. So all through that, faults can appear. A person can fall from even Bhava stage because he's not completely pure. And Bhava is very, very rare also, like Prema. But still a person can fall from his position. So Bharat Maharaj is an example of that. He completely neglected the worship of Vishnu and remembered a deer instead when he was passing out of his body. So he forgot the Lord. And he was in Bhava stage. He had seen the Lord already, but he forgot him. So it is possible even in Bhava stage to fall. What to speak of persons in lower stage of Asakti, Ruchi, Nishta. So, therefore, most of the gurus are going to be in the Madhyam Adhikari stage. Very rare will get Prem Bhaktas or Uttamadikaris. So, they can manifest faults. And they could fall from their position in either sadhana or bhava. So, this is to show that there's Krishna at the top, and he has his Swarup Shakti, Bhakti Shakti, and he empowers the Madhyamadikari devotee with that Shakti, and he distributes it to other people like that. So, because he is the medium of Krishna, then he's regarded as non-different from Krishna. Because Krishna's Bhakti Shakti is Swarup Shakti of the Lord, non-different from Krishna. And it's the Madhyamadikari who's the medium of that Bhakti Shakti. So in that sense, he has Krishna in him in the form of that Bhakti that he's giving out. And therefore, he's non-different from the Lord or respected like the Lord for that reason. Yeah, so this is the definition, the Bhagavatam of the Madhyamadikari. What does he do? He's a friend to all the devotees. He shows mercy to the ignorant person. That means he preaches to them. And disregards those who are envious of the Lord. So he makes a distinction between devotee and non-devotee, and innocent people. Preaches to innocent people, is friendly with the devotees. So that's the preacher, the guru. Kanishka is unqualified. He only sees the Lord in the temple, doesn't see devotees, so he doesn't preach. Like that. So he just sees, he's got some Shakti, a little bit of Shakti, but he just sits in the temple, basically. Uttamadikari. The most advanced devotees see the Supreme Lord, one's object of worship, within everything. There's everything in the Supreme Lord. So he doesn't see devotee, non-devotee, innocent person, anything at all. So he doesn't preach. Because he says, everybody has prema already. Why do we have to preach? Okay. So, this is an example of prema, the gopis. They see prema everywhere in the trees, and in the water, and then in the deer, and in the cows, and everything. Everything has prema for them. So that's how the prema bhakta sees. So, Uttama is basically, he relishes Krishna's name, no namaparads, realizes Sambandha sees Krishna and everything, and doesn't distinguish between Vaishnava and non-Vaishnava. So therefore he doesn't really preach too much. So it's the Madhyamadikari who actually does the preaching work, either Shiksha or Diksha, and things. Okay? There are also exceptions. So we see the Uttamadikari like Narada Muni. He preaches quite extensively, because of course he's empowered by the Lord also. He's a Shakti Vaishnava avatar. So his special Shakti is Bhakti. So he distributes Bhakti everywhere. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions the powers of different types of devotees. So he talks about the Prem Bhakta. The power of the Prem Bhakta is unlimited, and thus the Prem Bhakta, if he is merciful, can transfer his power to any type of person. So he can give prema to others. Such is his power. The Bhav Bhakta, being merciful, can instill power in the sadhana's bhakta so they can assume a position similar to his own. In other words, he can inspire them to come up to Bhava stage. That's the Bhav Bhakta. By the strength of his personality, the Bhav Bhakta can raise materialistic people who have gained some qualification due to previous deeds to the level of ruchi. So those who are already in bhakti, he can raise them up to bhava. Those who are just beginning, materialistic persons, he raises them up to ruchi. And the sadhakas lower than that, that is, they may be a nishta, ruchi, asakti, madhyamadikaris. Vaidhi and Raganuga sadhan bhaktas can instill faith in materialistic people who have attained qualification by previous deeds, by dint of their teachings and example. So the gurus less than bhava, they can inspire people to have faith and to begin to practice.